That day, 4 years ago, in mid-November, me and my girlfriend Emily found ourselves wandering the dark streets until late at night. It was the weekend, and it seemed like every room in the motel was occupied. "Is there any room available?" I asked, desperately hoping to get a room on our last try.
We do have one room left, but we don't rent it out because the TV and refrigerator are broken.
"Oh, really? That's fine. We'll take it."
But I must warn you, it might be a bit messy too.
Hey, look! This place is so nice and clean.
Emily remarked as we entered the room. It was spotless. Considering it was an unused room, it was surprisingly clean, although the bed was a little too firm and made some creaking noises. Other than that, our room was perfect. I glanced around the room and spotted the TV remote resting on the bedside table. It triggered my usual routine, so I instinctively pressed the power button. To our astonishment, it actually worked. Me and Emily happily laid down on the bed, thinking, "This worked out well." Emily, exhausted, fell asleep first, while I sat up against the headboard and watched TV. Before I knew it, I dozed off while watching TV, feeling tired. A couple of hours passed, maybe. Suddenly, I woke up, finding the room illuminated by the TV screen. The sound of the TV, the refrigerator, and even the bathroom fan echoed through the room. Feeling uncomfortable sitting up, I tried to lie down comfortably to go back to sleep, but my body refused to move. In a slouched position, I rolled my eyes, observing the room, but my body remained unresponsive even after some time. I entertained the thought that sleep would liberate me from this strange predicament. I was too tired to move anyway. So I closed my eyes again and fell asleep. Gradually, I regained awareness, feeling like I was waking up from sleep again. Strangely, an unsettling silence pervaded the room. Recalling that the TV had been left on, I expected to hear the familiar hum of the refrigerator and the bathroom fan. However, there was an unsettling absence of any sound filling the entire room. Did my girlfriend turn off the TV? Filled with unease, I opened my eyes and tried to get up, but my body remained frozen. Not only that, but my eyes refused to open. And in that silent room, I began to hear something unfamiliar. A murmuring sound, as if a crowd of people were talking all at once in a busy street or train station. Desperately, I tried to exert strength in my fingers and toes to move, but my rigid body wouldn't budge. My voice wouldn't come out either. Amidst this strange dissonance, a distinct voice emerged. It started as a child's voice, repeating,
It hurts. It hurts.
Then suddenly it changed to a woman's voice, gasping for breath, in pain. The voices continued to switch between a woman, a middle-aged man, an old man, and an old woman, chillingly reverberating, while my body remained immobile. I felt like I was losing my mind. Then, all of a sudden, the sound of rain began to fill the air. Startled by the deafening thunder, I was finally able to open my eyes. At last, my body was freed from sleep paralysis, if you could call it that. In an instant, lightning struck, illuminating the room brightly through the semi-transparent curtains. The motel room suddenly became bright, and a group of strange people filled the space. These individuals were dressed in various outfits from different time periods, such as linen clothes, suits, and t-shirts, creating a mix of styles that transcended time. They surrounded the bed where me and Emily lay, constantly murmuring and bobbing their heads. The voices I heard were not from a single person, but a chorus of multiple voices shouting in different ways. Overwhelmed and on the verge of collapse, I quickly looked to the side, but found Emily still asleep, seemingly unaware of anything. Urgently, I tried to call out to her. "Emily!" However, my voice only echoed in my mind, as if trapped within the confines of my thoughts. Feeling like I was going crazy, I summoned every ounce of strength and shouted with all my might. Finally, my voice came out audibly. At that very moment, a young girl who had been clinging to someone's hand on the periphery of the group crawled onto the bed, gradually inching closer to me. With deliberate movements, the girl locked eyes with me and said in the loudest voice, "What are you doing here?" The girl's face held an indescribable horror, an expression that pierced through my consciousness, causing me to lose all sense of awareness and succumb to darkness. When morning arrived, only me and Emily remained in the room. Concerned for Emily's well-being, I asked with a tremor in my voice, "Are you okay, Emily?" I had anticipated a different response from Emily, perhaps expressing confusion or even a casual response like, "Yes, I'm fine. Why, what's wrong?" Instead, Emily trembled slightly and asked, "What about you?" It turned out that Emily had also witnessed something during the night hours. While lying on her side, she was awakened by the sound of thunder. Just like me, she found herself unable to move or react, frozen in fear. Emily's gaze fixated on something under the bed, her expression filled with terror. Overwhelmed by fear, Emily lost consciousness and woke up in the morning. Both me and Emily had experienced the same haunting encounter. I realized it wasn't just a dream and felt compelled to leave the room immediately. As I hastily prepared to depart, my cell phone became lodged between the headboard and the mattress. As I reached to retrieve it, Emily pointed at the bed. Her finger directed my attention to the space beneath the bed. Me, thinking Emily was pointing to the cell phone, but instead, something prickly was all I could felt. Surprised, I approached and looked between the bed and the mattress, discovering something sharp sticking out. Despite Emily's warning, I decided to lift the mattress, reassuring her that everything would be okay. With a deep breath, I lifted the mattress, and both of us froze in place, unable to move for a while. Dozens of straw dolls stained with blood were revealed right under the mattress. At the front desk, instead of the part-time employee from the previous night, the owner lady herself stood. I quickly approached her and demanded her to explain the shocking discovery. "What on earth is this?" The lady wore a troubled expression and began to explain after a little hesitation. Even long after she initially opened the motel, it had no guests, no business, so she sought the help of a shaman. After the shaman inspected the motel, she grimaced and advised her to close her business immediately, saying,
"This haunted place won't work."
Unable to give up on the motel she had worked so hard to establish, the lady pleaded, "Isn't there any way?"
In that case, make straw dolls, put a few drops of chicken blood on each of them, and attach this talisman. Then the spirits will enter into the dolls and dwell within. There are so many. Make dozens of them, not just one or two.
Following the shaman's advice, the lady made straw dolls that would attract the spirits. She designated a specific room and gathered all the dolls there. As I listened to the lady's story, something clicked in my mind. The spirits whispered, "Wake up, it's suffocating, and move away." Their words were directed towards us as we lay on the bed, oblivious to the presence of ghosts hidden beneath. Mindlessly looking at the dozens of straw dolls, we felt as if we were standing beside the figures we had seen in the night. We hastily fled from the room, wondering if the spirits were still bound to the dozens of straw dolls within.